Hi, it's Andy. It's Sunday night. The building behind me is the town hall, city hall in Summerside, Prince Edward Island, and the building behind me is the International Fox Museum. The reason it's right across the street I met with the mayor the other day, and he was telling me about the history of the International Fox Museum, because right now it's closed for renovation and I can't get in to see the exhibits. But in the late 1800s, to satisfy the demand for fox pelts in Europe, and there was a large demand, everything was done by trapping, and there was quite a large trade here in the island. And then a group of families they figured out that they could ranch foxes, and between 1900 and 1910 there was as many as 3,000 fox ranches operating at the same time, and the yield, there'd be 100,000 pelts each year being shipped off to Europe to satisfy the demand, and that trade ran right up into the middle of the 20th century, and you can see pictures of Queen Elizabeth wearing them too. So anyway, the way they went about this is with these ranches, foxes are monogamous. So they take a vixen and a dog. That's what they're called. They travel in skulks, by the way, and they produce kits. So they would take a vixen and a dog, and they quarter them in a kennel, and they would have they would have hundreds and hundreds of these kennels in each, because there are 3,000 farms, and the yield on the crop was 100,000 pelts a year going to Europe. And when a regular person might make $500 a year, pelts were going from anywhere between $1,000 and $3,000. And that trade ran right up through 1950, when things started to wane out a bit. And around that time, things started to wane out of the museum. People started losing interest in the Fox Museum, and it wasn't until the late 70s, and it's thanks to Saturday Night Live, is the term fox came into, to describe people like Linda Carter, who was Wonder Woman, Farrah Fawcett, Jacqueline, whatever her name was, and Jacqueline Bisset, and folks like that. So there was a tribute to the foxes, and that all came about Saturday Night Live with the Fast Drunk Brothers. I remember Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd with Yortek and George were constantly referring to foxes and foxy ladies. It was a constant thing, and of course Pam Grier, Foxy Brown, all those different types of movies. Things just rolled on, and thanks to that. But now that when it reopens, there's a new exhibit. And again, it's got a cinematic touch to it, because the most valuable pelts were silver fox pelts, and they were tough to raise, and they're quite rare, and they would go up to almost $5,000. So in a cinematic touch, it's a tribute to the silver foxes of screen and television. So you've got James Coburn, Peter Lawford, Cary Grant, and Anderson Cooper. And because the females are called vixen, there's a vixen exhibit at the same time, which I found fascinating. So you got Sophie Loren, you got Claudia Cardinal, you've got Raquel Welch, and when they told me that Anne Margaret is coming to open, I said, I'll be here faster than you could say Viva Las Vegas. I'm in for this one. Anyway, it's just a fascinating story about all this, and I don't know why I didn't know about this before. Like, nobody told me this. So and just enjoy it. Go look it up. It's absolutely fascinating. And but of course, when I look around here, I'm afraid that Bridget Bardot might just sneak up and whack me for talking about it. Anyway, hope you had a good weekend. I know I did. It was really nice here. I got a lot of riding in, and hey, I went to the beach too. It was real nice. See you later.